You know, deep inside the book of Revelation, there's this one verse. It's kind of cryptic, and it just lists three ancient tribes of Israel. On the surface, it seems totally random, right? But what if I told you it's not random at all? What if it's actually a coded message, a blueprint for victory in our fight of faith? Well, today, we're going to unlock that code.
Okay, so here it is, Revelation 7, verse 7. It says, 12,000 were sealed from the tribe of Simeon, 12,000 from Levi, and 12,000 from Issachar. Now, you gotta ask, right? Why these three, and why in this exact order? It turns out the names themselves are the clues. It's like a puzzle that was laid out thousands of years ago. So let's solve it together.
All right, so this is really the heart of it all. Simeon, Levi, and Issachar. What in the world do these ancient tribes reveal about victory? I mean, think about it. These names were given to Jacob's sons centuries before Revelation was even a thought. How could they possibly paint such a complete picture of spiritual victory? Let's dive in and take them one by one.
Okay, first up on our list, the tribe of Simeon. This is our first clue, and you'll see that its name, it's so much more than just a label. It's a powerful declaration. It's really the foundational first step in this whole spiritual sequence.
So take a look at this. You can see the direct link here between the Hebrew meaning and where the name actually comes from. The name Simeon, or Shimon in Hebrew, literally means herd, and it all goes back to Leah in the book of Genesis. She felt so unloved, she cried out to God, and she truly believed that God had heard her suffering. And that is exactly where this journey to victory begins.
So, what does this mean when we look at it through a spiritual lens? Well, it reveals the very first pillar of victory, just knowing that we are not alone. Think about that. Before anything else happens, before we take a single action, the promise is that we are heard, our cries, our prayers, our deepest struggles, they reach God. And just knowing that, man, that fact alone is what starts to strengthen us.
All right, so our second clue builds directly on that first one. We go from being heard, and now we move to the tribe of Levi. And this is a huge shift. We're moving from a kind of passive assurance to a really active partnership.
The name Levi means joined or attached, and yep, the story once again goes back to Leah. She hoped that the birth of this son would finally join her or attach her to her husband. So the whole theme here is about connection, about forming a real bond.
And this is where it gets really powerful. This illustrates the second stage perfectly. See, it's not just that God hears us from way off in the distance. No, it's that Christ, our high priest, actively joins us in the battle. So we go from just being heard to having a divine ally fighting right there alongside us. We are literally attached to the one who is interceding for us.
Okay, this brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, the big one, the tribe of Issachar. So if step one is being heard and step two is being joined, well, this third step is the ultimate conclusion. This is the payoff.
So the Hebrew name Issachar, it translates to reward or wages. And just like the other two, we can trace it right back to Leah. She's the one who proclaimed, "God hath given me my hire," or in other words, my wages. The name is explicitly 100% about payment, about receiving the rewards you're due.
And here it is. The final piece falls into place. The reward, the wages. It's not something we have to go out and earn in the future. No way. The victory has already been secured by Christ. This is so important. We are not fighting for victory. We are fighting from a position of victory. The prize is already ours.
Okay, so we've got our three clues, right? Simeon, Levi, Issachar. Now let's put them all together and see the incredible picture that Revelation 7:7 is painting for us. But to really do that, we have to understand the one word that ties it all together.
That word is sealed. The verse says these tribes were sealed. In the original Greek, the word is phragizo. Now, this isn't like licking a stamp for a letter. This is a mark of absolute ownership. It's a mark of divine protection and authentication. It means that the people in this fight, they're secured by the highest authority in the entire universe, period.
And now it all comes together. We can see the entire sequence, the three pillars of our victory. First, you have the absolute assurance that God hears us. That's Simeon. Second, the incredible reality that Christ joins us in the fight. That's Levi. And third, the unshakable confidence that the reward is already secured. That's Issachar. It's a complete formula for victory, and it's sealed by God himself.
So there it is. That's the decoded message, hidden in plain sight, written right into the text. You could almost think of it like a spiritual contract. God hears our plea.
In response, Christ joins our battle. And the outcome? The reward? It's already guaranteed. It's a declaration of a finished work.
And this whole idea, it's not just a one-off thing in Revelation. It echoes all throughout the Scriptures. The Apostle Paul says it perfectly in 1 Corinthians. Victory isn't something we go out and achieve on our own. It's given to us through our Lord Jesus Christ. It's a gift, a secured reward. Exactly what the name Issachar implies.
So all of this leaves us with a really powerful question, something to really think about. If this is all true, that God hears you, that Christ joins you, and that the reward is already won, how does that change the fight? How does that change the way you approach whatever you're facing tomorrow?